Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. I'm Violet. If this is your first time to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Also, click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. So today I'm going to share with you how I made these two adorable and very easy Easter decor pieces using Dollar Tree items. You can even use these stands throughout the entire year. Even for spring would be really pretty based on the colors that you use. So let's go ahead and get started with our first DIY, which is going to be the Easter Bunny wreath. All you're going to do is grab one of these frames from the Dollar Tree, of course. And what I did was I grabbed two pieces of the nautical rope, one the regular color nautical rope, and then the other one that off-white color. And I just went ahead and hot glued the nautical rope, the normal color, onto the back of my wreath, and then just started twisting and wrapping all of that nautical rope around my wreath frame. I said these are really easy DIYs and they look so adorable together or even separate. So just continue wrapping the nautical rope around your wreath and just tighten it as you go. And then you can even add a little bit of glue throughout your wrapping, while you're wrapping your nautical rope, just to make sure it stays in place and it stays nice and tight and firm, so it won't unravel. I know it's a little early to start decorating for Easter, but I do like starting to make my DIYs, especially because I do tend to change the style or the theme that I'm going for every holiday. But so right now what I'm doing is actually just starting to make all my DIYs, all the decorations, just to go ahead and blend them into what I already have to make it a certain theme or a certain style for this year, which I'm going for more of that natural boho style. Even a farmhouse look is what I'm going for in my dining room. So I wanted something that would be fit perfect, not only in one style, but in both styles. So that's why I'm choosing to use just this nautical rope, but you can also use mesh, or you can even use different color ribbons to make this wreath also. So just continue adding more nautical rope and just wrapping it around your wreath. And I used a total of 2.5 of the nautical ropes that I got from Dollar Tree. Once you get in between the bunny ears, just go ahead and pull it and run it through the bunny ears and around in between the ears as well. And then once you're done, just glue the last piece of it to the back, and there you have it. Really easy, really fast. It didn't take me not even 5 minutes to do this entire project, which for me is a really quick project. So just go ahead and make sure everything is nice and glued onto the back of your frame. And then what I did with the other rope is I just glued it to the back and started wrapping it around the bunny ears, just to give it a different color and that contrast of the different styles, so you could easily see what it is even from a distance. So just go ahead and start wrapping your nautical rope around the bunny ears. And this one's a little bit easier, and you can use less. I just use, you'll see how much I use, maybe a little bit less than one of the packages of the nautical rope around the ears, because you can pull it and tighten it really tight, or once you're wrapping it around your ears. Again, while you're going wrapping it around your ears, just add little dots of glue every so often, just to make sure it all stays nice and firm and in place. And then instead of cutting it to go to the next ear, all I did was add a little bit of glue at the bottom, just to make sure it stayed in place, and then wrapped it around, and then started wrapping it around my second ear. And then once you're done wrapping it around the second ear, just go ahead and hot glue the back of it to the back of your wreath and let it dry, and then just go ahead and cut out the rest of the nautical rope. And this is completely optional, but I like to clean up all my projects, especially when I'm using any kind of rope that has those little flyaways. So I just get my lighter and run it through my entire wreath just to make sure it's all nice and clean. And then there you have it. Basically, you're done. All you got to do now is decorate it any way you want, and you can decorate it as elaborate as you like. I kept it really simple, again, because that's the style I'm going for. So I just grabbed some of this, I want to call it like a moss green ribbon. It's really pretty and has some white vines throughout the ribbon itself. And I got this at Dollar Tree, and I just made two simple bows and then just glued them together. And I just kind of angled the top one, slightly angled, and glued it together just to make it look like a double bow. Of course, you can make a double bow a lot different ways. This is just the easiest way I found it to do. And then I glued it onto one side of my bunny ear, and I decided to add one of these foam roses, and then I just kind of pulled apart some leaves that I had from different projects and glued two leaves onto my rose, and there you have it. Very simple, but I think very classy, and it does fit into a lot of different styles, in my opinion. So this is the way I did it. And in order to hang it, all I did was just grab a little bit of the nautical rope and glued it to the back of my wreath, and there you have it. Now you don't have to glue it to hang it. You can also put it on a shelf, and I'll show you how I do that in a minute. So for our second project, again, a really simple one. All I'm going to do is get some of these clay pots. I got one of the larger ones, and I had a smaller one. And then I grabbed some of these pie tins or bottle cap tins that they have at Dollar Tree as well. Added some E6000 to the bottom of my clay pot. And I also added a little bit of hot glue just to make sure it stayed in place while I moved it around. And then glued it to the back of my pie tin and to the center. And there you have it. Now, I was going to use just one of the same size clay pots, but I thought, why not make them into two different levels? So I just grabbed one of the smaller pots, clay pots from Dollar Tree, and did the same thing, just glued it to the back of my pie tin, and there you have it. Now, since these two are different colors, at first I thought I would just leave it as is and use them all three together, but I didn't like that they were two different color clay pots. So what I did was I just painted it kind of a moss green color, just to blend in to the ribbon that I used on my bunny ears. If I would have known I was going to paint them, I would have painted them before I glued them. So, but you know, when doing projects, that's the good thing, that you can just change it up whenever you want. Just be careful and paint the edges a little bit, maybe with a small paintbrush, or add some painter's tape, just so you won't get it onto the bottom of your base. And then once you're done painting them, just go ahead and let them dry. And have fun decorating. You can use these for so many different ways. All I did was add some moss and some bunnies that I already had and place them on a shelf. And I think they look adorable. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, again, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.